Live now is the former Labor Senator Stephen Conroy. Morning to you, Stephen. So it's a big trip for Anthony Albanese, this one. What do you expect to come out of it?
Well, look, I think the fact that Australia has its Prime Minister attending demonstrates the solidarity that the Western world has come together with over the last 6 to 9 months around Ukraine. But even your own packages a little earlier talked about the Arctic and the militarisation of the Arctic. You've got China's increased aggression in the South China Sea. So I think never in 50 years have we seen quite the activity. That pact where they're going to support each other between China and Russia has changed the situation, the global strategic discussion. So for Albo to be there and to lend weight to we are with the democratic Western countries is just a very important symbol.
Yeah, and that's...
I hope he gets a chance.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So more important than anything else is his opportunity to press the flesh, to say, hey, I'm Australia's new Prime Minister. This is where I stand on things. I'm going along with you.
Absolutely. I think that right now is a time where all Western nations have to come together and really reinforce and send that message to this new alliance between China and Russia, which says you'll have to take the West seriously. We've been a bit of a wishy-washy NATO group for quite a few years now, but I think that the Russia invasion of the Ukraine has fundamentally changed perceptions.
What about France? So we all know the relationship troubles, and there's a factor of a variety of reasons for them when it comes to Macron. Anthony Albanese on a patch-up mission there. So what can we expect to come out of that? What do we hope to get out of the French now, in particular in the Indo-Pacific?
Yeah. Well, look, that's the key thing here is we've got to put the submarine issue to bed. It was a bad decision. We've had to fix it. The government made some decisions. They were the right decisions, but they handled it poorly. But most Australians don't realise the size of the French presence in the Indo-Pacific region. And so having a willing and able partner in France where we're, in lockstep together in our region is important. People underestimate the influence the French have in our region. And I think it's vital that we just put that behind us. Everyone's had a good whinge about it, a good laugh about it, whatever you want. It's got to be put behind us. There are serious issues in our region. We need the support of every able-bodied nation to deal with our strategic challenges.
And should Anthony Albanese just throw in the Kiev trip for good measure?
Look, obviously he'll get advice from the military whether or not this is possible. I think it will be a fantastic statement again, really driving home the point to the Russians that the West are united. The democratic nations of this world are united behind the Ukrainian leadership, and that their unprovoked and outrageous invasion, they need to stop and sit down and work out how to bring it to an end. But you don't do it by all just shouting. You demonstrate the strength of a relationship, and that's why if it's safe, if its opportunity arises, it'd be great to see him slip into Kiev.
Just a final one here, Stephen, and it's a bit of a random one actually. And I know many people are the same as me, getting these non-stop calls from telemarketers. I don't even answer them anymore. You're a former communications minister. What sort of work could be done in this space off the top of your head to shut down on that?
Well, look, we introduced, it was actually a private member's bill by Anna Burke, who became the Speaker of the House, but it had bipartisan support of what's called a do not call register. So there are a whole bunch of restrictions. Now, there are some exemptions like some charities, obviously political parties, but if you're in telemarketing to sell goods, then there is a do not call register. Now, whether it applies to mobile phones, there's no sort of mobile phone register. So maybe we need to update it so that you can have your mobile phone included on that if it's not already included.
Should be. I'm getting these calls constantly. Are you getting them at all, or is it just me?
Yeah, no. Look, I'm like most people now. We don't answer the phone unless we know who it is.
Same.
And you let it ring through.
Yeah, that's right. So when Laura calls, you've got to ignore that one.
Yeah, click.
Stephen Conroy. On that note.